Welcome to Bounce Around Charleston. I'm Randolph Miller. Coming up in today's show, every day, children across South Carolina suffer from abuse and neglect. In Charleston County alone, more than 1,800 children have open cases. HALOS provides assistance to abused and neglected children and their caregivers. Here to tell us more about it, it is the Executive Director, Kim Clifton, and Sameka Jenkins, owner of Carolima's Southern Cuisine, and experience sensational sounds and vibrant performances at the Latin American Festival, Sunday, October 6th at Wanamaker County Park. This annual event celebrates Latin American music, dance, art, food, and children's activities. Sarah Reynolds will be here to tell us more about it. And you don't want to miss a performance by Wose of Charleston Dancers. HALOS is here with us, and I have Kim and Sameka. Welcome to Bounce Around Charleston.
Thank you.
Now, tell us about HALOS.
Well, HALOS was founded in 1997 by a local child psychiatrist and pediatrician who works at MUSC. And the great thing about HALOS, in my opinion, is that it was founded by someone who is local to help local children. Her mission was to provide resources for children who had suffered abuse and neglect. And in doing so, she started networking with local faith groups and other organizations to identify the resources that children need. So today we serve over 2,000 children by getting them holiday gifts, birthday gifts and recognition, back to school support, summer camp assistance. So for instance, children who are not able, because they're from very low income homes with working low income caregivers, to access summer camp so that they can stay engaged through the summer but also be safe in a supervised environment. We provide assistance to get those children into local camps. We also provide beds, cribs, and other items that are needed to help place a child safely in a home.
Would you say that it is important for us to pay attention to our children?
Absolutely. One of the things that we see are there are so many things that children need in our community that we all have and could offer, not even going out to buy something, but something we might even have at home, or just sponsor a child for one of our campaigns to bring joy to their childhood. It's a very easy thing to do.
Let me ask you one more question before we bring in Sameka. Sometimes our children show signs of being withdrawn. And sometimes we just think, and even in school, they tend to think that they have a learning disability. But sometimes would you say that it's not a learning disability, but sometimes it's something like abuse that may have that child withdrawn like he or she may be?
Absolutely, and I think that to have open conversations and open dialogue with your children is always a good thing, to make sure that you're aware of anything that might be going on.
Okay, now we have Sameka Jenkins here from Carolima's Southern Cuisine, and you are a caterer. What is your part with this in HALOS?
Well, I am actually a proud sponsor of the second annual HALOS Oyster Roast that we're having this coming Sunday.
An oyster roast?
Yes, and I will be sponsoring Southern Cuisine. We will have some Charleston red rice as well as some local chili that we'll be offering to our guests, among some other items, but I won't spoil it for everyone. And I've been involved with HALOS well over 7 years. I'm a past president as well as a current board member, and so I definitely believe in the mission of HALOS, and I hope that this helps to just bring exposure and get more people involved.
Okay, so this will be an event. Is there a cost for this event?
There is. It's $35, and people can pay online at the HALOS website or at the door, but that is all inclusive of everything, and we have great kids activities as well, so you do not have to leave the kids at home for this event, and children under 10 are free. We'll have a video truck, a bounce castle, lots of fun things planned for kids as well as adults.
Okay, let's talk about your support groups.
Sure.
How can a person get involved with HALOS?
You can volunteer and find out more information online at charlestonhalos.org. And I also did want to just mention that we have a special program specifically for the relatives, like grandparents, who have taken children into their homes so these children won't have to go into foster care. And we offer support groups and outreach and referrals for services to those special kinship families, and there are lots of ways to get involved with that program and volunteer directly.
What about the caregivers?
The caregivers tend to be older and often need a lot of support when they take 1, 2, 3, sometimes even 4 children into their home, and they're just not prepared. If they're older, they're not prepared to parent again. Perhaps they're an aunt or uncle who's never even had children themselves but doesn't want to see this loved family member go into foster care, into the foster care system. So they do a great thing by opening their homes to children that they love. So we do everything we can to provide that community support for them.
Now, when the children come through the program, have you seen great success?
We have. One of the things that we really strive for is to make sure we can help connect these caregivers to all the resources locally that will help them provide a safe and loving home where the children can thrive. And what we hear from caregivers is that they had no idea that there were so many other people in their exact same position. So by coming to our support groups, they find a place where they can talk to other people who are going through the exact same thing, have suddenly taken in children into their home, and their lives have been completely turned upside down, and they can all talk and share, and it's a great support.
Okay, so let's give the information again, when the event, the cost and everything.
Sure. It's Sunday, October 6th. We're really excited about it. It's at the Lighthouse at Shem Creek. It's going to be a beautiful venue, a beautiful day. Oysters, wonderful cuisine from Carolima's Southern Cuisine, which we're very excited about. Great kids activities, $35, 4 to 7 p.m., and lots of fun.
I know some of Sameka's family, and they're great cooks, so I'm quite sure it's going to be wonderful.
I've been fortunate to enjoy a lot of Sameka's wonderful cuisine, and I was thrilled.
Thank you, Halos, for being here with us today. So the second annual Halos Oyster Roast, when? Sunday, October 6th, 2013, 4 to 7 p.m., where? The Lighthouse on Shem Creek, 100 Church Street, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Cost $35, all inclusive, and children under 10 are free. Proceeds support Halos, programs for children victims of abuse and their families. For more information about the event or purchasing tickets, call Kim Clifton at 843-953-3714 or email kim@charlestonhalos.org. Thank you for being here with us on Bounce Around Charleston. Stay with us. Coming up next, Sarah Reynolds from Charleston County Parks and Recreation will be here to tell us more about the Latin American Festival coming up at the Wanamaker County Park.